Beneath the ocean's surface lie entire cities that cartographers never mapped. These aren't myths like Atlantis, but real places where people once walked bustling streets and worshipped in grand temples. Their stories, preserved in salt water and sediment, whisper of humanity's fragile relationship with the sea. Off the southern coast of Greece, just 5 meters down, lies Pavlopetri, the oldest submerged city ever discovered. Dating back over 5,000 years, this early Bronze Age settlement is even older than the heroes of Homer's epics. Archaeologists found an almost complete town plan: stone-paved streets, 2-story buildings, courtyards, and graves. It reveals a level of urban planning that was incredibly sophisticated for its time. Then, around 1000 BCE, it vanished. Evidence points to a series of powerful earthquakes that caused the land to subside, dragging the entire city into the sea. Imagine the terror of that day: the ground cracking open, buildings tilting, and your entire world sinking beneath your feet. Today, fish swim through windows where children once played, a haunting underwater museum. Half a world away, off India's western coast, lies a discovery that sparks fierce debate: the legendary city of Dwarka. Hindu scriptures describe it as a magnificent golden city built by Lord Krishna. With 70,000 palaces of gold and silver. For centuries, this was considered pure myth. But in the 1980s, marine archaeologists found massive stone structures 130 feet below the waves. They uncovered walls, a grid of streets, and artifacts that some dated as far back as 32,000 years. Critics argue the formations are natural, but supporters point to their geometric precision. The most likely story is that multiple cities existed here over millennia. As sea levels rose after the last ice age, each version of Dwarka was slowly swallowed by the sea, with its splendor exaggerated in stories passed down through generations. For over 1,000 years, the city of Heracleion was Egypt's gateway to the world. All trade from Greece had to pass through it. Ancient texts mentioned it. Historians knew it existed, but no one could find it. Then, in the year 2000, it was discovered 15 miles off the coast, buried in sand and seawater. The sight was breathtaking. Colossal 16-foot statues of pharaohs and gods lay toppled on the seabed. The ruins of a grand temple emerged from the murk, along with perfectly preserved ancient ships. Heracleion was built on the unstable, water-saturated ground of the Nile Delta. Over centuries, a combination of earthquakes and tsunamis caused the ground to literally turn to liquid, and the city slowly sank. By the 8th century CE, it had vanished completely, its memory fading into legend until its spectacular rediscovery. The story of Port Royal, Jamaica, is much more recent and far more dramatic. In the 17th century, it was known as the wickedest city on earth, a haven for pirates like the infamous Henry Morgan. Treasure flowed through its streets, and taverns and gambling houses operated day and night. It was one of the busiest and wealthiest ports in the New World, built on a narrow sandbar. On June 7, 1692, a massive earthquake struck. The sandy ground instantly liquefied, and in a matter of minutes, 2/3 of the city slid directly into the harbor. Witnesses described people being swallowed by the earth and buildings collapsing into the sea. Around 2,000 people died instantly. Today, the ruins are a perfect time capsule. Archaeologists have found entire buildings intact, with pocket watches stopped at the exact moment of the quake. It's a chilling snapshot of colonial life, preserved at the moment of catastrophe. But not every city was claimed by nature. Shicheng, China's lion city, was deliberately drowned. Founded 1,300 years ago, it was a beautiful city with intricate stone carvings and grand archways. But in 1959, the government decided to build a hydroelectric dam. Shicheng was in the flood zone. The residents were relocated, the floodgates were opened, and the entire city vanished beneath an artificial lake. Stone structures stood intact, wooden beams hadn't rotted, and carvings looked like they were made yesterday. It's a stunning, eerie, underwater world, city sacrificed for progress. These sunken cities share common threads. Most were built on unstable ground, sandy coasts, or river deltas. They were vulnerable to earthquakes, tsunamis, and the slow, relentless rise of sea levels after the last ice age. Human activity often made things worse, with heavy construction on soft sediment. These lost worlds are warnings written in stone. They show how fragile our own cities are. With modern sea levels rising faster than ever, places like Miami, Jakarta, and Venice face a similar fate. The lesson from these drowned civilizations isn't just about the past. It's a prophecy for our future. They remind us that the map is always changing, and the sea eventually reclaims its own. The question isn't whether more cities will sink. The question is whether we will learn from the ones that already have.